Hi, welcome back into Delphine's Handcrafted. I'm Deborah.
I'm Jasmine.
And we are back doing a podcast. It has been a very, very long time. Normally, we start with talking about the goals we discussed last time, but it has been so long, we honestly can't remember what the goals were. And as Jasmine just said to me, if we haven't met the goals, it's pretty sad. It's been a while since we did a podcast. We're going to talk about acquisitions, I think. Yep. You want to talk about yours first? So this is just a sort of warning. Not for children.
There's nothing really inappropriate.
Okay.
Well, it's not.
Okay.
We got I'm sorry, I've blanked on the name.
A project bag.
No, I mean of like who makes it. Oh, I was even looking for that and I didn't see it. It's a naughty knitting sack. Is that?
And it's huge.
Yeah. I originally said I just wanted a medium one because I looked at how large they are, but she ordered it, and
yes, it was a present.
And you give me a lot of presents.
Just so wonderful.
She ordered it, and she picked the wrong pattern. I wanted a different pattern. This was my second favorite pattern, so I wasn't upset about it. But she did accidentally order the wrong pattern, and she also got the large bag. I think the large bag. It's
yes.
The large bag. When I did say I only really needed a medium because it's a very large bag.
Yes, it's huge.
But did I even show it yet? I'm so sorry. This is the outside. It's very pretty. And then the inside
is the naughty part.
It's just the mermen. It's just mermen. They're not doing anything odd. They're just mermen.
So this is a very high quality bag. It's the first one that we've purchased from this person. It was off Etsy, right?
Yeah. There's none doing anything like
inappropriate. So this lady makes really nice bags, and the inside patterns are sometimes naughty things.
I mean, I guess if you think two guys kissing is inappropriate, that might be inappropriate, but
yes. So there are mermen inside of hers.
I don't think that.
Very heavy duty. This is really heavy duty.
Yeah, is it like canvas? I'm not great with materials.
It feels like a heavy duty canvas, yeah.
Yeah, I originally wanted a skeleton one.
But we'll link her below if you're interested in checking out her bags. So that's the one acquisition. Yep. The other one is we got our knit crate box for August already. And I know it is a little later in August, but we've had this. It's probably the earliest one we've gotten from
Yeah, we got it only like maybe this August 6th. Are we sure it was August?
Yes.
Well, okay, it might have been more like 10th or like to 13th maybe.
As a matter of fact, I had purchased extras of, I don't know where they are, but extras of the last yarn that we had gotten, which was a reddish color, and we showed that in a previous video. I ordered those. It was shipped the next day, which they've never done that before either, but this was sent after that, and it came quicker. It was very strange. Mm-hmm. It was sent by two different delivery people.
The extra. Do you want to read that first?
Yeah. So they always have a card in their boxes, and they show the different yarns you could have gotten. We always get they pick for us. Well, we don't get the sock one. We get the Knit and Crochet Club, but they pick the colors for us. We like a surprise. We haven't been disappointed yet. So these were the three you could have gotten for the Knit and Crochet Club, and these are the three for the sock club. And this month's theme was Glass Future. It says a fast-paced, high-technology glimpse of the future shrouded in chrome and glass, a world reflected in buzzing lights and faint glow of neon. So these were sort of pictures they went with to try and get the colors of yarn. we ended up with...
Well,
wanna...
the extra was a pen.
Oh, yes.
Our extra...
There's always an extra in the box. Sometimes they're really nice.
Was a
Sometimes they're
pen.
not as quality, but we got a pen this time that says Knit Crate on it.
That I just drew on myself with.
Do you want to show the yarn
shelf.
as I talk about it?
Sorry, I feel like I'm going to sneeze.
So we got the URU yarn again. And this one is...
Cotton Basic.
Yes, Cotton Basic.
Cotton Basic. It's in the color Neon, 100% organic Pima cotton, DK weight, 275 yards.
Yeah, it's very pretty. It's really nice feeling cotton. How much cotton's in it? It's 100%? Wow. Yeah, organic Pima. This is very soft cotton, so this is some of the softest cotton I felt, I think. It's really nice. So we got 2 skeins. You always get the same amount weight-wise in the yarn they send, whether it's 2 skeins or 4 mini skeins or 1 bigger skein, but we got the 2 skeins. Jasmine's thinking this is the pinker color because there's like a purple.
I'm pretty certain because the purple is like a kind of like silvery purple.
Yeah.
And this is just too pink.
Mm-hmm. So it's very nice. We're happy again with our purchase.
Yeah, it's pretty. Is that all we got?
I think so.
Oh, we also got. I'm just gonna bring this down. We purchased extra of this color,
which was July's yarn that we got from Knit Crate. I got a really good deal on it because when I went on to get it, I can't speak today. When we went on to order it, immediately it popped up that I could get 5 skeins at a reduced rate, and then if you do sign up for their clubs, you get a double down code where you get an extra 25% off all eligible items. So I literally got a sale and then 25% off on top of it. So that was a really good deal. We had to buy 5 skeins, but we don't mind doing that. We'll make something nice with that. That's quite a bit of yarn. So yeah, that's our acquisitions. We wanted to do Happy Mail next. So I was really lucky, and we were on the Yarny Fiber Sisters live with Jeannie and V and Linda. And if you ever do
I just have my bottle sitting here.
If you ever do, I can't even think what it's called, where you give money.
Donation?
If you ever donate during their live, if you ever like hit the little thing and donate, doesn't matter if it's even $1, your name gets put into a drawing, and I was lucky enough to win the drawing. It was the one Jeannie picked. They have all our names in all 3 of their drawings. They do them all together, but my name was picked by Jeannie, so I got this set of crochet hooks. It literally was sent in a day because she sent it directly from Amazon. I literally haven't opened this yet. Sorry. But there's 3, 6, 8 crochet hooks. And put those in there.
Okay, I guess.
There are some cable needles. And a nice ruler with
a gauge
thing. Yep. There's a lot in this little package.
Some scissors.
Little wee measuring tape.
Yep.
That was stuck to the scissors. There's these scissors that
are fun.
And they have the little protective case for them. So they're nice. Oh, I might actually take those with me instead of my other ones.
Okay.
And
that's a good plan.
There's more crochet hooks, the smaller.
Maybe you should just take the case with you, so you
maybe.
have some stitch markers and stuff as well.
There's the smaller.
I wanted to feel these to see if they felt like
crochet hooks, and some little plastic needles. They're not little; they're big. The darning needles. There is I'm assuming that's a tension.
Well, I was confused because I about that as well. Because I was like, I think it might be attention. Like that's the only thing I could think of.
I think that's what that is. And some little
weird
stitch markers,
or just like a weird like symbol that doesn't have a top.
There's 2 of these row counters in here, and some knitting needle end things. There's bigger ones there too.
Thank you.
And a bunch of these stitch markers that are stuck together. And then another kind of stitch marker. A bunch of those too. Oh, and what's this little thing? Nothing.
Oh, those are just like extra slidey end bits to
okay.
separate, like separator things.
So it came in this nice little case, and there's little extra slidey end bits, as Jasmine says, that you can separate even more.
The roller fell. It's not a roller.
The slidey end bits.
The tape measure fell.
Oh, we'll get it later.
I mean, I guess it kind of.
So
is
that
a
was
roller,
really
but...
nice happy mail from Jeannie. Thank you so much to the Yarny Fiber sisters.
Cable needles just
I'll get them.
Just
things have been falling all day. We went shopping and I was dropping everything, literally. It's a dropsy day, I guess. Yep. I don't know.
My eyes itchy.
So that was our happy mail. Thank you so much to Jeannie and the Yarny Fiber sisters, all 3 of them. They're wonderful. All 3 of their channels are wonderful. They get together. They have really fun lives. So if you want to check them out, we'll also link those below. All right. We're on to what we've been up to. And I'm sure we have been up to so much more since we have not done a podcast. But making the things we're making. Our WIPs and finished objects. So we're only going to show what's been recent and what we remember that we haven't shown yet. I guess.
I don't know why my brain was telling me we already did finished objects, but we definitely did not.
Jasmine's trying to finish things before they're finished. So the first thing we're going to show, and we had made a previous podcast that we just never uploaded. So we took a look at that. And we found out that we never showed this. Our goals, as we said, we remembered we had goals about our socks. So, Jasmine, do you want to show what you did with the socks you've been making me forever?
Hold on. I'm sorry.
And talk about
I would like to point out they've been done for, like, almost 2 months.
Yep. We haven't done a podcast in a while.
I finished her socks that I was making her. That was, like, lace work right there. I can't tell where the camera is on this thing. I finished them. It's the... What's that brand? What's that brand?
Was it Mary Maxim?
Yeah, Mary Maxim's bamboo stripes in... Palm trees? Palm trees?
Something like that. Yeah, that might be right.
Something like that.
So I love them. I've actually had them for a while. I haven't worn them yet, but...
you were bugging me about finishing them, and you just haven't worn them.
I'll be wearing them more when it's more soft weather.
To be fair, you've been wearing a lot of like purples and just straight up like checkered pants and stuff. These wouldn't exactly go well with any of the outfits you've been wearing lately.
They're lovely. I love them. They fit me really well. So
other finished object. Show yours.
Okay.
But obviously, but I forgot. Like this is considered finished.
Yes. So, yeah, you've been really busy.
Yes.
So, my sock last time I had a part of a sock. I had a cuff, but the socks are finished, and these. So I actually do have 2. I've made 2. There's the other one, but this is my. These are the first socks I've ever made, correct? Yes, yep. These are the first socks I have ever made. I struggled with some areas. I did better on the second one. I don't remember which one's the first one and which one's the second one. When I first started these socks, this is the second one, I believe, because it's tighter. I was really stubborn the first time around, and I was insistent, I know from the heel, I was insistent that I was not going to use DPNs. And on my 9-inch circulars, my heels, the gauge was really loose. It loosened up because you do it differently. So Jasmine talked me into using the DPNs and swore that it would be a lot easier, and it doesn't look easier when you're watching somebody with 4 or 5 DPNs in their hand trying to make circles.
That's the first one, by the way.
Okay, but the yeah, it's a lot easier using DPNs for the heels.
Yeah, I told you. I know
and the toe.
I know it doesn't look it, but it is.
She was right. Darn, she was right. So I really actually enjoyed making these. It took me a while, but I enjoyed making them, and I'm really proud of them.
But see, these are the ones where you're twisting the stitches.
Okay. So I also was twisting stitches, and she informed me that I was twisting stitches, and I figured out what I was doing wrong. So I learned a lot when I made these socks.
I still think
Is there
they're
any
very
other
good.
errors you would like to point out that I've made?
Well, apparently you had been knitting wrong the whole entire time since you've learned how to knit. So
Probably.
It was causing them to be twisted, but...
So I used Hobbies
Silly
socks. I can't remember the colorway it was. But
and
it's Hobbies Silly Socks.
and you even used extra, like the excess from this.
Mm-hmm. So I had a little bit left. Now I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
So I started making little socks for my 3-year-old, almost 4. She'll be 4
As
next
she wanted
month.
to point out on your birthday.
Yes. Yes. She's going to be 4, and I'm making her a pair of socks to match my socks. Yep. And I got one done. I did get it done. Yes, I got one done. She tried it on. So I'm going to make the other one. I have just enough yarn, basically, to make this little 4-year-old, almost 4-year-old.
And I did all the measuring to make sure for you.
Yes.
And splitting it and making sure.
So she's going to have, it's going to be, I am her...
Twin?
Yes.
Sock twins?
We're not even close to looking like twins.
No.
But...
She looks like her dad.
Yes. And she looks a little bit like her mom, too.
Well, yeah, but she looks like Jury, and Jury looks like Dad.
Mm-hmm. So I'm her Mimi, so it's going to be Mimi and me socks, I guess.
Look at that.
That's finished objects for me. Jasmine has some more.
Oh, so actually I think this might have been a goal as well. Because I think I got one piece of this done last time, and then I said I wanted to finish it or something. I don't know. I finished the... I guess, what is the word whenever a new baby is coming? What is the word?
The baby that's coming. We have a baby that's coming next month.
Expecting?
Yes.
Whatever.
So my granddaughter's going to have a sister coming just if it comes at the time they plan, a few days before her birthday.
I finished a little shirt for her, and I know it looks big, but it's the exact dimensions that it said it was supposed to be. And it's also for, like, did it say, like, 3 to 6 months?
I think so, yeah.
Something like that. So, which, I mean, I always have this issue whenever adding crochet things to knitting. I always have it. But the little, this thing down here is crochet, and it's not crochet. I used edging, not crochet. I just used a crochet needle to attach it. I'm getting all sorts of confused. I always have this issue with edging where whenever I connect it, I make it too tight or something. I think that's the issue. I don't know. But it causes it to, like, fold up.
I think it's beautiful. Do you want to show it closer?
Oh, your phone thinks... Oh, Sasha's acting up. Your phone... it just...
I think it's beautiful.
Yep. I'm very happy with it. It felt like it took far too long.
And what did you use to make that? It's a cotton,
It's
right?
the Egyptian cotton from Hobby.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what color, though.
Any other finish? Oh,
yeah.
You have tons of finished objects.
I have been working a lot on bags, and I made this bag, which is kind of reversible. Kind of. Like, the inside is opposite of this, so, like, this fabric is the main fabric, and this is the base fabric. But the buttons don't work if I have it flipped inside out, but I don't really care.
So she added, it's a snap closure that has, what, 5 snaps across there?
Yeah, I didn't need that many. I just got paranoid that 4 wasn't going to be enough.
And then she added the handle.
Yeah, I made a little handle for it. Also, I did make a mistake when making it. My brain, at first I was going to make it all one piece, and then my brain was like, no, we're going to switch it and make it reversible. So whenever I already had cut the 2 pieces of fabric in one piece, so when I was cutting this piece in half to attach to this piece of fabric, I forgot that I hadn't added the extra seam allowance, so it's shorter than it's supposed to be.
I think it's beautiful. It's made with a quilted fabric.
Yeah. That I definitely did not do.
So Jasmine made this bag for herself.
Yes.
And she actually carried it with her today.
Yes.
When we went shopping.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Next, she has a bin of finished objects down here.
Yes. I made some bags, and I'm only showing 2 sizes right now, but there is one larger size. But I made bags that look like this.
They have vinyl bottoms.
Yeah.
Like thicker.
And
there we go. That's what I was trying to.
It's a box bottom. And we're going to ignore the fact that whenever I cut the fabric, I had a migraine and I cut the fabric wrong. So the pattern's going the wrong direction, but I'm going to ignore it because I still think it looks nice. And those.
And if you don't know what the pattern is, it's gorgeous either way.
Yeah, I think it still looks pretty, so I wasn't that bothered by it.
So there's what the pattern looks like, and of course it's a drawstring.
That looks fantastic when the bag isn't full.
And what size was this one?
That's a medium.
Medium, and you're making 3 sizes,
then,
right? Or 2?
These need to be ironed. They've just been shoved into a bin. I have a larger size. And this is a small. It's got lemons. And like a...
That's another cloth bottom.
Yeah, this is still cotton. But I was going to explain what this fabric looks like, but I don't remember the word for it. So, it's just not going to be explained. But
so there's the lemons, and that's what she's talking about with the fabric on the bottom. I think it's beautiful too. So it's a small one.
It needs ironed. Can we? It's already needs ironed, and you keep doing the drawstrings and making it worse.
So she's going to be putting these on the Etsy shop. She has quite a few of them made.
But this is the difference between the medium and the small.
How big is the big one then?
I have this one in here that's a big one. That hooch.
She already had made before, so this is made a little differently, but this is the size of the large that she's making.
Yes, this is a medium. This is a small.
So she will be putting these on the Etsy shop. She's been working herself to the bone on the sewing machine.
Yep. I think that's all my finished objects.
Okay.
I'm itchy. The ribbon is making me itchy.
So works in progress. I have one that I've been doing a separate video on, and that's my bee. So check out that video. I will be sharing my progress on that. I think I just have these 2 things then for certain that I've been working on. I of course have whips and bags that have been sitting there, but
did you work on this at all?
No.
Okay.
So I have been making, and I'm going to run out of summertime here, but I sort of needed a top to not really a cardigan. It's going to have short sleeves, but
just like a cover up.
Yeah, like a cover up, because at work I can't wear sleeveless, and I have some dresses and things that I need something just to go over my shoulders. And I wear shawls, but sometimes they just, fall off, or it's hard. So I started making this. It's not done, obviously. It's a works in progress. I started making this summer top. This is the side that's done. So it will come down sort of like this, except that this side will be that wide. And then I'm going to put some sleeves, little short sleeves. I can't remember the stitch pattern I'm using. This is just something I've sort of designed myself. I haven't really I'm not following any pattern, but this is the stitches, what the stitches look like. Of course, they're going in this direction down the body. There we go. So it's just very light, a nice cover up. It's probably, I'll be lucky if I get to use it this summer. I will, probably once. I'll get it done.
You'll be able to wear it in fall, though.
Yeah, I have to go to a conference, so I'm going to take this with me. I might be able to actually, it depends. I don't know how much time we're going to have in the evening or whatever, but I'm going to take that with me as my little project to work on.
What yarn are you using?
Oh, thank you. Sorry. I am using a 4.5 millimeter hook, and the yarn I've been using is, once again, somebody told me how to say this in a previous video response, and can't remember now. Chamonix, whatever it is, it's Premier.
I'm not good at remembering pronunciations.
80% acrylic, 10% mohair, 10% polyamide. It's a fine 2-weight. It's a little, so when we purchased this a while ago, we showed it on a previous video, it feels very soft here, and it feels very soft to the touch, but working with this yarn, I get a little bit itchy maybe. It doesn't feel itchy to have against my skin, but working with it, it's just, as it's going, you know, through my fingers and things, I have found that it's sort of scratchy to me. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's the mohair, maybe?
Maybe, because a lot of people do have issues with mohair making them feel itchy.
Yeah, so I mean, I've had it against my skin plenty, and the garment itself, the fabric is not bothering me, but actually crocheting with it, it has bothered me a little bit. I have some concerns with splitting at times, but not a lot. Of course, I think, you know, hooks have a lot to do with it, and these clover hooks glide really easily. Using a different hook, it might split even more, but I'm not having a hard time with it. It's crocheting up pretty nicely, yeah, I think.
It looks pretty.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, do you want to do something first, or just me do my one other work in progress?
Well, I can do something. I guess I'll show this. I just have a little pile of things over here at an awkward angle. I started and finished one sock, which I know this looks tiny, but it does in fact fit my foot.
She has small feet.
I just
Which yarn
completely
was this?
blanked on what I was doing. It is the Cozy Toes.
This is one that we had gotten on
yarn,
clearance.
which I still can't decide if I like it or not.
Yeah, because this yarn,
it's not a normal sock yarn. It's, what is it?
this colorway is Mermaid Eyes. It's 93% acrylic and 7% polyester, and there's actually a little bit of, like, sort of stretch to it. Not a lot, but it gives more than some.
I like the color of it. I'm just not sure if I like it. Like, I just feel like it will probably fall apart rather quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a simple vanilla sock with my hair in it.
She is going to be wearing mermaid eyes on her mermaid toes, I guess.
Mermaid. That is one obsession I never actually had. A lot of people had that mermaid obsession. I did not.
Alright, I am going to show my other works in progress, and then you can just go to town on the other ones you have.
Yeah, I do have a... I even decided not to show some of them, and I still have a big pile.
So, the last we talked about this on a podcast, I had purchased, I don't have the yarn here, but I had purchased this yarn here for the outside.
That was a haul.
Yeah, probably. It was
a haul.
I got it for
it doesn't matter.
like the border of my granny square blanket from the Yarny Fiber Sisters calendar make along. I had already done the mosaic, but I had started doing one granny square, well, not one, 5 per month, but all with the colors matching the month's calendar. And I had decided I was only going to do 11 months and then use this color, which is a color in the December month, for the border. But when I started putting it together and looking at it, I realized I didn't need 5 squares per month to make it as big as absolutely, like, it's going to be big, and I did not need 5 a month because of how I'm putting it together. I had not shown November or December's month, and I don't know why. Oh, so I don't have the calendar, but this is the November square without the blue on the outside. You can't see it very well, but I think it looks prettier in person than it's showing on the screen. It probably isn't something I would just make with these colors, but it matched the month almost perfectly. When I put that square beside the calendar picture, I was like, whoa, that like looks like the calendar picture in the mixture of colors. But what I did figure out is I wanted to do basically 6 squares across, and that makes it almost as wide as my double bed, or king size bed. I have a king size bed. It's almost that big. So I decided I'm going to do 6, but in order to do that, I basically needed 12 different kinds of squares. So I ended up doing a December square too, and then just using this blue still as the border. But this is the square that I ended up making for December.
Which I think might be one of my favorite squares of the ones that you did.
And it's getting stretched because of the way I'm holding it. But it's pretty. And I forget what this one's called, the Romantic Square or something. I can't remember what the other one's called. But we have shown the book that I get these granny squares out of many times.
Granny Square source book.
Yes. And I can put the name of the squares in the
description.
The description below. Neither one of us can talk today.
I did say description.
But what... I know, you're correcting me, and I'm...
Oh!
Yes.
I thought you were saying that I said it wrong.
So far, I have... Can you grab the bottom so it's not all over the place?
I just got hit in the face with it.
Oh, this is the direction I need
I think you should make a whole sweater, like...
So I was really worried putting these together that this was going to look really, really bad, because there are so many different colors throughout this calendar, and I'm like, none of these look right together. But I think the blue background is actually helping it look okay, and you're not going to be able to see the whole thing at one time, but I have 6 squares by 3, 4, 5 squares, and then 3 additional squares done so far. But it goes in order of the calendar. It's just, ends are not, in yet.
January, February, March.
Yeah, so this was January's.
Yeah.
You grab it and we'll move. And this was February's.
Yeah, March.
This was March's. April's. Now, this one, I have different colors background, and then there were like a bunch of flowers in the picture, so that's why there's all those different.
She's playing with a bowl. She's playing with her bowl.
I apologize. The dog's trying to get the metal bowl. I don't know what I was. January, February, March, April. So some of the squares have a different background for April. And then that was May's. And this is June's, but some of the squares, for instance. Here's another one of April's. And then June's. Where's the other one that's there? There.
Where?
Like this is another one for June, just because of the yarns we used to match that picture.
We used, like, I helped you at all.
Okay. And then we go, I'm all out of order now.
It's very large.
June. Then this is July's. And August. And September's. And October's, which was the holiest square we had. I had November's and December's. So far, it's sort of looking like this.
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
There we go. Yes. So there we go.
It's...
That's my granny square blanket. I
think you should give it to Grandma. Give it to Grandma for Christmas.
I'm over halfway done, I would say.
You should give it to Grandma for Christmas.
Once they're all put together, I am going to put another, like, border on the outside to just give it a little more sturdiness. She wants me to give it to Grandma. Grandma would probably actually like it.
I know.
But it's going to be big. It's going to be nice. Okay.
It's a, yeah. I was expecting to hate it. I don't think it looks as bad as I was expecting it to. It's definitely not something that's, like, cohesive, but...
Right.
It still looks decent, especially considering none of those colors look good together.
And I call that... What did I say I was calling that? My... I'll have to think. I had a name for this blanket. Because basically I just tried a different square each month out of that. So like a sampler...
Oh, your Granny Square... Your Scenic Beauty Granny Square sampler.
Yeah, blanket. There we go. My Scenic Beauty Granny Square sampler blanket.
I just cut my lip with my tooth.
Are you okay?
My lip got dry and it got stuck in my tooth. I just ripped the skin off.
Alright, so I have no more
felt
whips.
Great.
Jasmine will show the rest of hers.
Okay, well, first of all, I started working... Why am I doing that? I started working on... Cross stitch, that's what it's called. I started working on my cross stitch again, of which I hadn't worked on since maybe like January? I don't know, it's been a while. So I started working on it again, and I have it this far. And keep in mind that I've worked on it, and this is a lot. I get sick doing cross stitch, like I get, like, it just makes me sick, kind of. I get motion sickness very easily. I get not motion sick. I get sick from, like, staring at small things for too long. I just get sick very easily, apparently. But, so, in the past month, I think, I got from, like, all of this done. Okay, more like from here, diagonal up.
So these are Pokemon.
Yeah. Which I would like to say is, like... Probably, like, stitch count wise, that's probably, I have probably done over half of what I had done, like, in a span of, like, 7 to 8 months, but only done in the past month, which is much quicker than I was doing before. Why are you playing with that?
Sorry, sweetie.
Okie dokie. Next project. Did I do this yet? Is this something I've done?
You want to come up here?
Oh!
No?
She said no. I started another thing for the baby that's coming. And it is... I've shown the pattern before, so but I'm not going to show it currently because I do not have it with me, but it's a wrap top for the baby, and it's supposed to be worked flat, but I was like, I'm not working it flat, it's just not happening. So I decided to do a few mathing, a little bit of math.
Arithmetic. She did arithmetic.
Well, I was gonna say equations, but that's
go.
That's a bit much for what actually went on. And just made it done and around, and I'm going to steeking? I don't know. I don't really know what the terminology is. It's something like steek. I'm gonna do that with it, but it's like, I don't know, it's like halfway done with the body, maybe, about something like that. And it's a lace work pattern, but it's going to have like embroidery on it to make No, I don't, because you just caused this to fall. There's nothing to show. It just has holes currently in it every once in a while. It's a lacework pattern that's going to have embroidery around it to make it look like flowers. Which is going to be a lot, and so, like, we'll see if that actually gets done. I might just end up giving one that has holes every however many stitches.
That doesn't have any flowers.
Yeah. Because that's probably also a lot of work that I'm probably going to feel too lazy to do. So we'll see if that happens. And then I also, what is in here that is making it so heavy? Oh, it's a notebook. I got a notebook sitting in there. I restarted my... where's the front of this? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I think this is actually the front. Yeah. I restarted my... Moss stitch? Moss stitch. Is it moss stitch? Yeah, I think it's moss stitch. Crochet sweater. I restarted it because I started it like last year. And then I hadn't touched it in months. So I decided to restart it because I was actually in the mood to crochet. And I did all of this, and then I was no longer in the mood for crocheting, and I stopped doing it. But in this format, it's something I'm more likely to pick up when in the mood for crocheting, whereas before I was, like, getting annoyed with how I was doing it. But I like it. It'll get done eventually. I have no idea what yarn this is because I just have balls of pre-cut yarn. So I don't know what yarn this is. It's just random. But it's pretty. I like it. It's like a little... I don't know why it makes me think of ice cream. But it does. It makes me think of ice cream.
It's your ice cream sweater.
So I guess I'll put this notebook back in here because I'm sure it was in there for a reason. You know what? I probably wrote down the pattern in here. Yes, I did. I did indeed write down the pattern. And the hook size!
Being organized.
And the hook size. That's very helpful because I always forget what size hook I'm using. And I never remember to write it down. It's an issue that I have. I need to put that down in my project planner. I don't think I ever added this. Sorry, that wasn't necessary. I'll go there. And then, last but not... No, there was something else. I am missing something. I started another pair of socks. Oh, and I need that still, because there's a project in that as well. I was feeling very much like I needed to start all of the projects, or I couldn't figure out what I wanted to work on, so I just kept adding things. Where is my other thing? I started another pair of socks.
We can show it next time.
If I can ever find them. Where did I put them? Where did I put them? Let me show that first. That one's smaller. I'm all over the place. I'm making all these things for the baby, and the baby is like due right before
September 19th, I think.
Before Omar's birthday?
Yes.
My niece's birthday. The baby is due like right before my niece's birthday, so I'm gonna feel bad. I felt bad if I'm making a bunch of things for the baby and I didn't make my niece anything, so I decided last minute to make her a teddy bear, which I would love to show, but I didn't bring the book in. So what I'm showing, literally...
We will insert a picture of the teddy bear so that you can visualize what she's making.
What I'm showing gives no evidence that it will ever be anything. It's just a freaking flap of brown.
It's very soft, though. It's very soft.
It's going to be a teddy bear. It's going to make it there somehow. I'm not 100% sure how, but it will happen. And
you said like these two together
make the body.
To make the body.
Yeah, the main piece of the body.
Mm-hmm.
This is the second half of the body. It is somehow the front of the body, but I so far have yet to see a very big difference. So
maybe there's more belly area.
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm sure if I actually was a person who I'm not a person. Apparently people actually are responsible and decide to read through a whole pattern before starting it. I am not one of those people. I just start it and hope that
she doesn't have to.
It'll work out and I know what I'm doing. That's what I do.
So this is her teddy bear begun.
Yeah, somehow. It's a nice color. It's a nice, and I'm just using leftovers from something it's a bit messy. It's been through a lot. The 44th Street in Yarny, 44th Street in the color camel. It's a camel. That's camel.
Yep.
Makes sense. Last but not least, this one. I am using yarn that I don't particularly like, but I wanted to get rid of it out of stash. It's some like value acrylic yarn. Was it Burnett's?
Maybe. I don't know.
It's a value acrylic yarn. I don't particularly like it. There's hair on it from the freaking animals. But I wanted to get it out of stash, and I also wanted to do a full cover. Oh my god. A completely color work sweater. So I designed this color work pattern, and I say designed as in I designed it, but also I might have just been remembering a different person's color work design and just like had it in my head whenever.
But she did write out the graphs and everything herself to try and figure out what to do.
I'm not gonna say that it definitely 100% came from my head, because for all I know it was just a memory of somebody else's. But I'm having a hard time because it's wanting to curl up at the bottom.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like it's gorgeous.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if it's giving it justice to.
Also, this sweater's been through. I originally was doing this sweater throwing. I decided to try to learn how English style knitting for color work purposes, and I originally was starting this sweater by throwing. I think it's throwing whenever you full on like just. What is this?
Throwing.
Is it throwing? Okay, and then I moved on to figuring out how to do flicking. Maybe. And so my tension, not perfect in this. Also, I kept changing. Like, I kept having a hard time deciding. Also, I'm showing the part where the color work comes together. So that's not even the part that looks good. This is the portion where the color work meets that, one row is, slightly different from the next. There. Not that you can see that on camera, most likely. Oh my gosh. Oh, just all sorts of all over the place. My gauge on this is not great because I've changed how I'm knitting it 3 times, I think. Also, it's changing my gauge because I keep going back and forth on my decision of how often I should catch the floats, which changes how my gauge looks also a little bit. So we'll see if it fits me properly, I guess.
I think it's beautiful though.
Yeah, I do like it. I mean, outside of it's definitely cheap acrylic feeling, but that doesn't normally bug me a whole lot on the body as long as I have an undershirt on. So, but it's a menace to work on. A menace.
Okay.
Not even because of the color work. It's purely because of the yarn.
She's going to name this sweater the Menace sweater.
I like it. That was a whole lot for... I didn't know what I was saying.
Alright, goals for next time.
I do have another pair of socks, and they're cable knit socks.
Are you doing it out of that 52?
Yeah,
52
weeks.
weeks.
Is it 52 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Of socks book. It's the pattern called Intersections, I think, in it. The second pattern in the book, I think it's Intersections.
Mm-hmm. Which we had shown that book in another video too.
I really don't. I know. I swear I brought it in here.
So my goal for next podcast is to have completed both my blanket and my summer top. I have other things I need to work on, but I really do think I will, depending on this conference.
How about the baby
how much
blanket?
time I have. Nope, I'm not promising that one. I do need to work on it, but I'm not. I have to be at a conference for several days, so it really puts a clincher in my. And I literally leave.
Yeah, it's in a
tomorrow.
Completely different state.
I don't even get my full weekend this weekend. So, I think I can finish that though. The Granny Square blanket's coming along pretty quickly since I have my squares done, and.
You okay, Sessa?
Yeah, I think I'll be able to get those done.
My goal, I'm not going to make getting that baby wrap shirt done. I'm not making that a goal because honestly, I don't think it's a priority because I do have other things to give for the baby by the time the baby is due. Like they're already finished, so I'm not like ridiculously concerned that needs to be done by the time she's due. I do want to get Omara's thing done though.
Her teddy bear.
Yeah, that's my priority. Also, I want to work on that February sweater. I'm keep calling it that because I don't know what the pattern's called. And I did work on that.
The February sweater is the sweater she was going to make for February for the colors that matched February's picture.
I just keep not working on
in the calendar. Yes,
it's just been shoved in a corner. But I did work on it like recently. Like I got like at least like 12 more rows done in the color work. At least I might have got more than that, but I got like.
Do you think we'll be getting the bags up on Etsy soon, or?
I'm going to try to do it. Like I'm going to try to do it within this next week. Maybe this weekend, like maybe tomorrow, but not sure. I'm going to try to get them up.
Okay, there's our goals.
Yeah.
So we have been on here almost an hour, so I think we'll talk very quickly about what we've been up to other than, crafty things. And pretty much I have been... Well, we've both been playing some video games. I've been listening to The Lord of the Rings. I watched movies too. After listening to the one book and finishing it,
oh my gosh.
I then got hooked on watching the Hobbit movie.
The whole entire day, all I heard was like screaming from her freaking TV when you were watching and then then a song like that plays in the end credits came on, and I just immediately came in here and started singing to her with the song. And she was very surprised that I knew the song, even though it's a song that you used to yell at me for playing because I played it too frequently.
But that's been years ago that she did that.
Yeah.
So I'm on the Twin Towers now, listening to that.
Are you finished?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, you mentioned games, so I assumed you wanted to tell them the game you've been playing. What have I been doing?
You've been sewing a lot. You've been doing more crafting than anything. But...
I've been sewing and knitting / cross-stitching / crocheting a lot. And even embroidering. And I definitely did not bring that project in here either. I started an embroidery project as well. I was all over the place. But outside of crafting, what have I been doing? Oh, I designed and made a whole entire project book, like a digital project book to keep track of upcoming projects, yarn stash, needles and hook stash, wish list for all those things, wish list of projects that I've already started. It has a template for a designing projects. But I somebody's upset. I designed a whole design. That's a weird. I don't know. I made a whole entire project book, a digital project book. I completed that, and then I started filling. I can't speak. Oh my gosh. Why is my mouth not working? I made the project book, and then I started filling it out, and then I also made some stickers for it. Digital stickers for it. And I was thinking about, like, putting that up on Etsy if, like, anybody, like, because it's a thing that I can, like, stick up and, like, if people buy it, people buy it. If people don't, it's whatever. It's, like, a digital thing. It's not, like, me wasting money because I wanted it myself anyways. So, and I used to be very into art. I used to draw and paint a lot, like, and then I stopped like 2 years ago maybe, and I decided to try to get back into that, so I've been doing a little bit of that.
So we've both been very busy.
And I did read one book in this time period. I read one book. I haven't been in a book reading. I've been in like a slump where I'm like nothing sounds interesting to read. So I don't even remember what it was though. I think it might have been the last Percy Jackson book in like the Percy Jackson series. I think it might have been the last book, but it might have been something else. I'm not sure. But
all right.
You've also not been feeling well. Like you've been having a lot of issues.
Yeah, I've
lately.
been having a lot of health issues lately, so that hasn't been fun.
Yeah.
One day at a time, though.
So.
All right, everybody. We hope that you are keeping your goals and keeping up with your goals, and we are going to try and do these podcasts more often. A lot of things has been happening, so it sort of put us off, but I think we're back on track. I feel like we're back on track now.
You know what I did? Sorry. You know what I did? I was babysitting Omara.
Yes.
That's something that I did. Could have said that.
We have to do that again soon.
I was having a very hard time figuring out what I've done outside of crafting.
My granddaughter, when we go there to babysit, and I go with her, but she does 99% of the work. Mm-hmm. Probably 99.9 because I'm usually working. It's just that I work from home that day so I can be there, but
she's got all the energy.
Yes, she non-stop the entire day.
I'm literally
tells Jasmine exactly what she wants to do and what she's going to do and shows her things, and she already has plans for the next time we're there.
Oh Lord. She changes, like she has these like dress up costumes of like princesses, and she makes me help her change into a different costume. Like I swear, like she was going back and forth between Ariel and Belle in the same day. Like she just kept going back and forth, and I was like, they don't even look very comfortable.
She has fun. She's young. She's having fun.
She has all the energy though. I'm like exhausted by the end of the day. I'm like yawning and trying to like almost falling asleep, and she's still like being like, I'm not tired. Let's go do something. Like, I don't know.
All right, everybody, have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.